Guys, hit that like button down below if you are excited for cars finally releasing in Fortnite. Alright guys, welcome back to another Fortnite video, and in this one, we are going to be talking all about cars. That is right, and there is so much to talk about. So definitely guys, watch this video all the way through. There are so many fun things. And you know what, let's just go ahead and start getting into it here. But yeah, remember to hit that subscribe button down below if you're new to the channel, and also turn on notifications because we've got some fun videos coming up soon. Also, if you want to help support the channel, be sure to use code TheLlamaSir in the item shop as an epic partner that does in fact help support the channel, and I appreciate it a ton. But without further ado, let's just jump on into it. Alright, hopping into game here. First of all, I want to jump into some stuff on the map itself. So we're just going to hop into a quick solo match so I can show you these things. They're super interesting, just wait. And here we are on the map. So these first two things with the cars that are super interesting are over, well, there's one in Wailing Woods, or where Wailing Woods used to be, around this area right here. Also, you can see all the roads for the cars, like this one connecting through here. But yeah, let's head over there. Oh, that's actually right off the battle bus too. Perfect. Now, first of all, I'm going to land up here because I want to make sure I have some weapons in case we run into anybody. Definitely a good idea on this part of the map. So let's grab that and then grab this chest, and that should actually be pretty solid. We got a AR and a shotgun. I also hear a coin. What the heck? Oh yeah, there is a green coin under here. Nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first thing I want to show you over here. And this is pretty interesting. So it's just got added when the water level went down, and it's over here by this road. So you can see this road's actually covered even though it's showing up on the map. It is still sort of underwater. It's close though, right? But yeah, if you look right here, you'll see that there is a gas station sign, which wasn't here last season. As you remember, this area was right next to Wailing Woods. All the trees of the forest were right here, and then it led into the Wailing Woods like lodges right over there. But I'm like 99% sure this gas station sign wasn't there. But also, why is it here? There's nothing else around it. There's no gas station. You will use gas stations to fill up the cars. We'll talk more about that in a second. I just found that very odd that that got added. So that's the first thing on the map I want to show you. Let's go on to the second thing, which is also very interesting. And for that, we're going to need to go over into that general area. See if I can throw crash pads. Crash padding over there. Come on. And here we are at the island. So let's see if we can find this thing. Now guys, real quick before we get into that, something just got found that is super interesting. So I have to bring this up real quick because it has to do with V-Bucks. That is right guys, V-Bucks. Apparently there is a way to get 500 completely for free. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting thing. We need to go over the details about it. So according to iFireMonkey on Twitter, there is a new event coming up, and the prize for first place in this is 500 V-Bucks, as you can see right here, as it says first place 500 V-Bucks. Not only that, it looks like second place is getting 400 V-Bucks and third place is getting 300 V-Bucks. So a lot of V-Bucks to go around. But yeah, according to iFireMonkey, he says from July 17th to 27th, this is like from the details about the event, join your favorite Brazilian creators to compete with other teams in order to complete in-game tasks. Groups that reach the top of the leaderboard will earn V-Bucks like I just talked about. And you can see some more details here. Join a team, play Fortnite, and lead it to victory. Step 1, find a creator and join their team. Step 2, complete in-game tasks to help your creator become number 1. And then 3, earn points for your team and lead it to victory. Now, oddly enough, the details for this was only posted to the Brazil news page for some reason, as you can see right here. So we'll likely get more details about that and how we're going to be able to get it ourselves. And maybe you guys can join my team. I'll be sure to keep you updated. We'll be the best team that we can be. But I wanted to bring that up. Also, it's really weird that you can't pick up pumpkins, that they're not an item. I think they might be a future item though, because these are obviously, they look like you can forage them, but you can't. Either way, we're getting distracted. Although I like pumpkins. Maybe they'll add them for October. Basically, if you go inside of this building right here, you'll notice that there are fuel canisters. And fuel canisters are the new form of fuel for the cars in Fortnite. So this is a location that already has them, and there's 2 of them right here. Now don't worry, there's a bunch of other locations that have these as well, but this one's very easy to find because it's fairly isolated from everything else. But yeah, you should be able to pick these up and use them for fuel. Oh, there's somebody over here fighting the marauders. Real quick, we gotta say hi with the helicopter. That's not a good idea, man. I can just damage you with the helicopter. And then damage you with the shotgun as well. Why could I not build there? That was weird. Hello. Oh, did I hit him? Oh, I'm getting so close. I need to reload though. Should probably take a mini as well. Oh, how are you not done for yet? You're done for now. Alright, we got him. I needed one elimination this game before moving on. So guys, let's go ahead and hop into it with everything you need to know about cars in Fortnite. And there is a lot to go over here. So first of all, the basics. One of the things that is most important about cars is the new mechanic fuel. That's right, guys. These vehicles will need fuel. It's not like the ATK where it can just drive forever. You can actually run out of fuel and the car will stop moving. But don't worry, you can pick up more fuel. In fact, as I already showed you, this is what fuel looks like. You can pick it up as an ammo item. It does not go into your inventory. In the files, it is listed as an ammo type item. And I'm saying ammo in quotation marks because you can't actually like put it into a scar or anything and fire it, but it goes into that top menu where your ammo usually goes. And you can pick this up all over the map. In fact, you probably have already seen, if you went into a vehicle recently and looked at the map itself, it shows up with a bunch of icons, which is basically where you can find, you know, fuel here and there. Like, for example, let's go to the gas station that is located at Lazy Lake. As you can see, if we go into replay and take a look at the gas station, is right here, and you'll be able to find, you know, places to fill up your car. And this will like max out your car's fuel, but it's definitely a good place to keep in mind. You stop there and you can fuel up your car. However, you can also find those fuel canisters around the map, so they're worth picking up in case you do come across a car. I mean, why not? It's definitely worth it, right? And like, for example, here is another smaller gas station down the road from Lazy Lake, but there you can find fuel as well. But now that we have that out of the way, it helps us explain more about the 4 different types of cars that there are on the map. Now let's start it off with the first car here I want to go over, and this is basically the most middle ground car, the Prevalent. So again, this one's very basic, but it's pretty solid all around. It can carry up to 4 players, whereas some of the other cars can only carry 2, but this one does in fact carry 4. And it's also got fairly decent stats. Like, looking through it here, the max fuel capacity is 100, which is pretty standard with a lot of these cars. And also it has a minimum fuel at spawn of 40 and max fuel at spawn of 100, which basically means that it can spawn with anywhere in between 40 and 100 fuel. It will never be below 40 and it'll never be above 100. But again, it'll be somewhere in between there. Now, those things aren't super important, but where it gets more interesting is how long you can drive it for. So it basically uses 0.5 fuel every second. And if you have a full tank of gas, that means that you can drive for 3 1/3 minutes, which actually is fairly solid. You can definitely get across the map with that. But another thing to keep in mind, if you weren't aware, it also uses fuel when you are boosting with the car, and it uses a lot of fuel. For every second, it'll take up 5. That's right, guys. So if you were to be boosting the entire time, you could only do it for 20 seconds before it ran out of gas. So keep that in mind, use it sparingly. And also I will add that the HP for the Prevalent is 1000. So fairly solid. It's pretty much in the middle. Now also with that, you have the OG Bear, or just Bear, whatever you want to call it here, that has a larger fuel capacity of 150. However, that is a bit tough because you'll have to find fuel in order to fill it up. But with that being said, it can carry 4 players, 2 in the front seats and 2 in the back. So definitely good for squads, and it can spawn from anywhere between 50 fuel and 150. Now where it gets more interesting is that every second it'll use up 0.75. So basically that means you'll be able to drive this car for 200 seconds, which actually isn't that good. That's around the same as the medium car. Also, it uses more fuel when boosting, so that's actually confusing, but it's not that great. I don't know why this one uses more than the medium car. It's definitely weird, but that means you can only boost for 16 2/3 seconds. So very odd. But I guess it makes up for it a tiny bit by having more health at 1200 HP. Again, very weird. And then quick, let's go over the details about the small car, which is the Whiplash. This is a pretty cool one, but it's honestly not the best. It actually can drive for a fairly long time, but it also only can carry 2 players, which makes it only really useful for solo or duos. Definitely not going to be useful in squads. But yeah, it's got the same fuel capacity as the medium car at 100, and it also has a minimum fuel spawn of 40 and max fuel at spawn of 100. So again, same as the medium car. However, where it shines is how long it can drive. It uses 0.375 for every second, which basically comes down to around 4.5 minutes of drive time, which is very, very solid. This car can drive for almost the furthest distance on a single full tank of gas, and it's also got fairly good boosting. It only uses 5 fuel for boosting, so again, that's like 20 seconds if you were to be using it like the entire time. However, it does only have 800 health, so that's something to keep in mind, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Now, the most interesting out of all of these cars, guys, is the final one called the Mud Flap. That is like the full semi-truck type car, and again, it's very interesting because although it has the similar fuel capacity to the other ones of 100, it can drive the longest out of all of them. Also, it has a minimum fuel at spawn of 80. That is very, very good. That means you can go a lot farther in this car without really needing to pick up fuel. And again, max fuel at spawn is obviously 100, but it also shines in how long it can drive because it only uses 0.333 fuel for every second. Or in other words, it can drive for 5 whole minutes. Again, very, very solid. However, it does have its drawbacks. If you want to boost with this car, it uses 10. That is right, so you can only boost for like 10 seconds, so definitely use it sparingly, but it is for sure very interesting. But anyways, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, remember to hit that subscribe button down below and turn on notifications for more fun videos like this coming up in the near future. On top of that, be sure to check out some of my previous videos on the screen right now, such as an XP glitch. That is definitely one you want to check out. But again, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one.